We hereby presenteth to thee thy Quickie. Before the Constitution, there was the Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union, the document that first created the United States after it passed unanimously in 1781. The document encompassed the founding principles of the country, forming a confederation of states with a central government of extremely limited powers. You were probably told in school that the flaw with the Articles was that they made the central government too weak. Actually, the problem was the opposite. They left the states with the ability to be too strong. One thing the states did was inflate the money supply with impunity. Their currency, the Continental, was devalued so much that, to this day, we still have the phrase, "not worth a Continental." Massachusetts insisted that merchants pay for goods with this worthless currency instead of using credit, but Governor John Hancock refused to enforce this, and even refused to prosecute tax delinquency. Nonetheless, tax collectors and the courts rounded up rural farmers for these violations, and it blew up from there into Shays' Rebellion, named after Daniel Shays, a Revolutionary War veteran who was one of many whose debts weren't being paid back by the state. He led the protests and the later rebellions against the taxes and inflation. This was when people realized that the Articles had an issue. They could stop a tyrannical federal government, but not a tyrannical state government. So in 1786, they called for a convention to revise the Articles to put the grips on state power. But this stood in the way of Alexander Hamilton and his rich Federalist cronies who wanted a strong central government. When they went against the wishes of the state and decided to have a new, secret, closed-door convention to write a new constitution, 19 of the 74 delegates walked out. 16 of the remainder refused to sign. Of the other 39, most signed based on the promise that there would be a Bill of Rights added later. Only 6 were signers of the Declaration of Independence. Most of its 56 signers opposed the Constitution and preferred the Articles. The problems of the Articles of Confederation have been put forward as a reason why central governments need to be strong, but the actual history just doesn't back up that interpretation.